fans of background noise.
All right, so what I want you to do is if you have any questions that you want to go over, I know we're going to go over YouTube, how to copy anything that's on your YouTube channel and how to put it in your website. We're going to go over Classic Block because I saw Mr. Bruce had some issues with that we want to resolve. And then how to put your links in on different things or how to get a link. So we're going to, and then anything else that y'all want to go over, just let me know. So Q&A time right now.
Okay, it's Constance. Hi.
Okay.
I don't want you to have to go through the whole thing. There's just one part of the response magic, widgets, putting just that one little last thing where it's right or it's left.
Okay.
Post is supposed to be on the left. Right is supposed to be for pages.
Yes.
But when I just look at my posts there, it's on the right and it's empty. So
yeah, we'll go over that. Yeah.
Oh, I hate to have everybody.
Oh, no problem. Trust me, there's new people on here that probably haven't even got their response magic up yet.
You always make me feel good.
There's some of us that have response magic and still have questions. You don't want to ask.
Oh, and you always make me feel good too.
All right, so what's next?
Hi, Sheila. It's Laura.
Yeah, hey, Miss Laura.
Hey, I have a question. Some of my images in Dropbox, and it may just be my computer, for some reason I see them, and so I want to, upload them so I can use them. Soap Creek are the ones I'm speaking of where I run into it.
Uh-huh.
And they look like they're going to, I select it, and then they're just uploading blank. And I didn't know if there's something I need to do with some of my images on my computer or...
Yes, if you have Roy's Dropbox, some of his images are not in the extension that our computer is compatible with or our website's compatible with, so you have to convert it. And if you have Microsoft Office, you see this little thing right here, it's called Paint.
Yes.
You can go there and whoever is cooking or whatever in their background, could you please mute yourself? Thank you. So if you go to Paint and you want to drag your image here, whatever it is, and then you want to go to your 3D image, and once you put it there, then you want to click, you right click it. Let me get an image real quick. Hold on. Make it easier. So what you want to do is just say, I'm going to get this image right here. I'm going to drag it over here.
Okay.
As soon as it shows up, did it drag? Yeah, there you go. So, and then what you want to do is if you go to 3D Paint, let's see, it might do it here. If you go to File and you hit Save As, you have to hold it there, and you see right here it has the different ways that you can save your image. So you always want to save images for our programming, for our website. We'll only use PNG or JPEG images. A lot of Rory's images are BIMP images. They won't take. So if you move it over to your Paint, then just go immediately to your File, go to Save As, and you want to make sure that this pops up, this information right here. I always save it as a PNG. It has the best quality, and you can also use those same images in your social media. They work better with social media in PNG than it does in the JPEG. And then once you do that, you just click it. And depending on where you want to save it, it will come up. And it will usually show the last folder that you were in with this program. If you need to change that folder, then you just tell it that you want to change the folder, and you can come to your side images or side views and change it. So mine, the last time I was in here was I was under my family folder. I don't want to put it there. So I'm going to go to my Dropbox, and I'm going to go to just hit my blogging pictures up here in my Dropbox. And then I'm going to go to my folder. This was under my, I'm going to put this under my memes or inspirational. This actually says dating, that's okay. And I'm going to put it here, and I'll just click on that folder. That doesn't even have to change. The original picture will still be in it. So you have two pictures. One will be the original extension, and the other will be the new extension.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Any more questions? Nothing? Anybody?
We have a big schedule to go.
I always have a schedule. That's why I love it. You know, just keeps me busy.
I'm just afraid to ask any more questions.
Oh, no, no. Ask away. I stay on here until everybody's comfortable with what they need.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
no, I just think, oh, she's got a list.
No, so far. So go ahead. Whatever you got, just ask away. I don't want anybody to leave here not knowing what they need to know to get their business going or to get their pages modified. So if you have a question, please speak up. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So go ahead. Ask away. Nothing. Okay. With that, we're going to go to our response magic. So when you get your widget, we'll get my page come up. I think it's going to come up. Yeah. So you to your parents and you go to your widgets. That's what a lot of people use on message. You have to figure out if it's on posts or if it's on pages. It depends on if you put it on the right side or the left side. So yeah, so you want to make sure you're always in the widget. That determines where your response magic shows up. Now the left of menu shows on your home page. Your right of menu shows up on your consecutive pages. So you want to make sure that you've pulled a text tab and you're going to pull it up here. And once you do your text tab, it's going to automatically open. Okay. So once it opens, this one, oh, that's my search. So it says search. I don't want to do that one. Let's go here. So you're going to pull up the text tab. It's going to open up. As soon as you put it, if you're using a blank one, it's going to pull up blank. And once it pulls up, you want to make sure that it's going to pull up on the visual side. You don't want it to be on visual. You want it to be in text. So once the text pulls up, then you're going to paste your code in here. You want to make sure you hit save and then done. A lot of people will hit save and then close out. You make sure you hit done so that it stays. And then what?
You get the code?
You get the code from your Response Magic when you go in to build your Response Magic page. So if you have not built your Response Magic, you want to go log into your Response Magic. So get your link, because you have to have a referral link from your instructor. You want to go and log in, and you want to build your Response Magic. Does that come up? And you want to make sure you have to have this. If you want to apply for Google AdSense, you need this on your page. They want to make sure that you have a way to generate leads or invite people to come to your system. So what you want to do, this is how your Response Magic should come up when you log in. You're going to go to Create. So once you go into Create, all right, don't be slow on me today. You're going to do your opt-in form. And when your opt-in form comes up, it's going to be blank. I'm not going to create another one because I have several. I might do one later. But see this right here? This is a video that actually shows you how to create your magnet. So if you're not real sure, you can always watch this video. It shows you exactly what you need to do. But you're going to create a list, and it's asking you where do you want to store your names as they come in. Now, it has a programmed list in here that says, what does it say? I don't know. I got so many of my own. I'm not sure what it says, but it has a pre-programmed list that comes in there that you can use that, and it'll just send them all there.
It might be new PBS students.
Yeah, it might. No, that's my students. That's one I created just for my students.
Okay.
So whatever it pre-programs in there, you can leave it there. That'll be fine. And then, or you can create a list, but then you have to go in and actually create your list of where you want to add people. Just use the one that's already there. Use, I think it's like web page or something like that. So use the one that's there. You're going to
website prospects, is that it?
Yes, website prospects. That's exactly it.
Okay.
So keep that one in there. And then you're going to have your call to action, which is going to be your headline. So if you look at mine, we'll pull mine back up. Mine actually says my headline. Let's go back in here and actually look.
I'm going to just pretend as I go along.
That's fine. And you can create as many as you want. There's no limit on how many you create. If you create one that's bad and you don't like it, you can always hit delete and get rid of it.
See,
you don't have.
I don't understand is once I put it on and it's there in the right-hand corner, I'm not sure how to get rid of it.
Just go under delete, under your widget where it has done. It also has say delete. Just hit delete. It gets rid of it, and then you just start over. Just add another text box, and then go to the next one that you want to create.
You see what you have right there?
Mhm.
It's like right there.
Yes, always go under. You can't leave these on your page. They have to be under widgets.
That I have found out.
Yeah. You cannot delete these images off your page. You have to delete them from widgets. Anything that's on the side should be a widget, and you have to go into widgets to remove them off your page.
Real quick, please. I've got it spinning and spinning because it didn't like the code I put in. And delete is there, but it won't stop.
And that could just be a connection, because we use that all the time. Yeah, that could be a connection. If you hit delete, it's like a mental style. Yeah, spinning, that means it's can you see mine still spin? Let me see. So mine's skin with coffee. That was my headline. So then the next thing it's going to ask you after your headline, it's going to ask you, and you can change your color. So if you just click here, it's going to give you this nice little drop down, and you can just choose your color and then go in here and choose the depth of the color that you want. And then change your color. Your call to action will be here on this because so where your line is, you want your call to action goes along with that. And then this is the important thing that a lot of people miss out. You can actually put a video in here. Your video will not show up on your magnet in your website, but it will show up on your advertising. So if you use your link to advertise, the video will show up. It will not show up on your website because of spacing issues. We don't. So
stop right there because I tried to put in my Facebook, Pie Whack-It.
Yeah.
And once you even had it where you went to try and show it and said, "I'm sorry, we cannot connect at this moment," and then you said, "Oh, I got to go back and work on that."
Yeah, it's a thing because I know that they've changed the videos for DC because they got a new plan. So my video does not work. So I have to go in and change that video. The link won't change, but whenever I change the video in there, it may not let me change it. It won't let me change it. So I have to actually delete that and redo it because you can't change it once you create one. You just have to get rid of it. So you'll have to get rid of that one and start again. You can put it in there. You can do the link in there if you want it. But it won't show up on your webpage. It'll only show up if you advertise it to like a free ad site, if you advertise it on your social media platforms. If you actually put that code inside the page in your website system, it will show up there. It just will not show up in your widget.
I got to go put Pie in the other cage. She's carrying
on. You're fine. All right. So, and then you have your questions. As you can see right here, you have these dots right here. You want to make sure that these dots are highlighted. Those asterisks determine whether or not they can leave your page without filling them out. If you do not highlight them, then they don't have to fill them out, and you might not retain that information. So if you want to make sure that you have, especially their email, their name, first name, last name, and an email address, you want to highlight that so that they have to fill that out before they can leave your form. The other thing is you can actually choose different questions. Like you already have their name, first and last name, you have an email. Some people want their telephone number. You can actually ask for their telephone number. If you put ask for a telephone number, I would leave that one unchecked for the simple fact most people won't fill it out if you're requesting their phone number. That way, if you get their phone number, that's good. If you don't, then you still have their email, first name and last name, and you can always email them and say, "Thank you for visiting my site. I have more information I could send you," and request their phone number from there. That way they know you're an actual person. And then I always ask for the state. That way, if they do give me their phone number, I know what my time zone is that I can call them for other opportunities. Just like this morning, I was on the phone calling some prospects on Roy's list that he had given me to call just to make sure that, because he had gotten some fraudulent numbers and we were just verifying them. And I didn't pay attention. I just saw H. Don't know why. At 9 o'clock this morning, I was calling and happened to be in Hawaii. I have students already in Hawaii. I know they're 6 to 8 hours different from us. And when I got on the phone and I realized, I was like, crap, and he's in Hawaii, and I've got tongue tied. I couldn't say anything. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I just realized you're in Hawaii. I will call you back later, but I'm sending you a text to let you know what I'm calling for." So it happens. I've been doing this for a long time, just didn't pay any attention to his state he was in. So that's a good thing that I like to have so that I know, okay, based on the call rules of the United States, you cannot call before 9 o'clock or after 9 p.m. So I broke some laws this morning, unintentionally. So I always like to have my state. That way I can call it. The other thing I like about having the state is because of, especially if I'm calling them for DC, to get them in my wine program, we do still have states. There's 5 states that we cannot deliver wine to. So I don't want to give them the opportunity to get wine delivered to them if I know it can't be delivered to them. I will present Valentis to them, or, some other program, do PBS, that's worldwide. But that also gives me some steps that I can say what I can't do with them. So, but that's totally up to you what fields you want to put in there. And again, make sure that you click the buttons on here. That indicates that they can't leave your page without filling out that information. And then you want to hit, we did that. Okay. And then you have, this was your questions. And then you have your submit button. So right here it says get access. You can change that. Like I have one for DC and it says join now or get started now. Same thing with Valentis. You can have anything on there. I always try to make sure that it flows with whatever I'm advertising for. Like with, the wine, I got get social. I got one that says join now. Same thing with the Valentis. I also have that one that says join now. I think the other one it says so whatever you want to put there, you can put there. Again, you can color code it. I always try to make sure all the colors, coordinate. You don't want it to look wonky, like you didn't know what you're doing. You still want to make it look professional. These are some important information that you want to make sure you don't do. This one right here says to allow them to use their Facebook account to sign up with. You do not want them to do that because Facebook only gives you email. It gives you no name, no phone number, no state, only email. So you want to make sure you click that no. You want them to fill out your form on how you have it created. Then the other thing is you want to come down here and read the privacy statement. You want to make sure that they have your name spelled correctly and the name you want to be used. You want it to be professional. You don't want to have any nicknames because that will draw people away. They think you're, some kind of spam, they will red flag you. So you always want to make sure it's your professional name. You don't want it to be your business name because then they don't associate it with an actual person. So you want to make sure that this is your name, that they can say, okay, this is a real person. They're going to be calling me, so that when they get the opt-out form or see anything in there, they can actually see that this is an actual person. And then you have your notifications for you. Do you want to be notified every time that somebody fills it out? You always want to say yes. That doesn't mean it always happens. Sometimes you might get it 3 or 4 days later, but you always want to make sure you say yes. Your URL, you don't want it to stay on the page because once they fill it out, it goes to a thank you page for Response Magic and it's blue like this and it just says thank you. You want a custom URL. You can either send them to your home page or you can actually create a thank you page and send them to your thank you page. Or like with me, I'm on the ones that I've custom created for my Valentis, I send them to my Valentis page. If it's for my wine, I've sent them to my wine page. So depending on what you've created your Response Magic magnet for is where you want to send the URL. If it's going on your home page, then you want to make sure that you send them the welcome page or the thank you page for signing up. So it just depends on whatever you want to put there, but you want to make sure it's professional and that they have access to your website. And then right here, you want to include this form. Yes, this is your opt-out form. It lets them know who created it, that this is an email marketing program. This is basically your safety net because this lets them know that they are giving you permission to send them emails for your program. If you put this as a no and they try to opt out of it and you continue to send them emails, then they can say, hey, I didn't do that. I don't want this person calling you. It could become a legal issue. So always make sure that you have this in here so that they know that they have given you permission to send them emails. So always do that. And then when you, huh?
I don't see it. All I have is like, stay on the page and then go to your custom. And after that, there's, submit and get code. I don't have that paragraph you've got right there.
That's because this is empty.
It's what?
I haven't filled anything out. This is empty. So when you come here and you actually fill out all the information, it gets included in here. So you always want to make sure that this is the same. This right here. It's the same thing. But you should have something like this somewhere where it says include powered by. So if you go to your magnet, you should have that little code down at the bottom. If my page decides to come up, I got too much stuff going on. So if you look down here at the bottom of my page, right here, my little froggy or cricket, this right here is what it's telling you, that powered by Response Magic email marketing system. So it's asking you, do you want to leave that in there or not? So so just click yeah, you want to leave it on there. You can click no. Some people don't want it on there. So if you don't want it on there, you don't have to. But that's how you create your magnet. Then once your magnet's created, just say for whatever reason you've lost the code, you can't find your code or it disappeared on you. If you go right here to review and you go to your customer magnets, it shows you all the magnets you've created. And then all you have to do is just pick the one you wanted to send and click get code, and it pulls your code up automatically. And then you will have 3 different codes. You'll have your squeeze links, which these are your codes that you can advertise with, that you put in your web system as a page. So if you're creating a page for advertising, or you just want to stick it in as a way to direct traffic to another page in your system that you've created, then you can use this one. This is your widget code that you're going to put on the left and right of your menu, that you will put in there to actually get that code that shows up on your page on the right-hand corner. Okay, so these are your ones you advertise. These are the ones this is the one that you actually put in your website on your widget code. Okay. Now, which one did I pull up? I think this one might be the one. And if you want to see how it would look, you can just pull that up. I think this is the one that has the video in it. No, it doesn't. So this is the one for weight loss. So it shows up like this. And they just put their name, email, and the state they're in and hit start today. Once they hit start today, it takes them to my weight loss page. And they can read on there and sign up for weight loss. If I go here and click another magnet, if I go, I think one of my wine pages actually has a video on it that doesn't work, but we're going to show you how to do that anyway. Might be this one. Let's see if it's this one. Yeah, this one actually has the video. So here's the one with the video, and it may or may not work. We'll see. Yeah, so this one, if I advertise this to my social media, or if I put this link that I just clicked, this link right here, either one of those, it just the horizontal or vertical determines, if it's up or down or sideways. This is the video they would get. They would see this. They can watch the video, fill out their information, and click learn more. When they click learn more, it takes them to my page on weight loss, and they can actually sign up for, read all about, I don't know which article I sent them to, but they can actually sign up for Valentis right there. But they see this video on Valentis, and then, here's the information they fill out. This goes to my email. So when I do my drip campaigns every month, I send them information on updates. Valentis will send them emails too once they pre-register, but I'll send them emails on our training calls for Valentis that Roy does on Tuesday nights. I will send them emails on any promotions that we have based on my email list. I'll send them that. Just anything that I think that they can use. I send them information on getting on PBS. I also send them, an article. Once they get on my email list, I send them articles on DC. So I can basically promote or advertise with them anything in my website. So that's the importance of making sure that you have this information to fill out so that you can get that email. If I want to send them a text, then I will say, oh, by the way, I can send you text messages on other upcoming events that you can get faster. Get their phone number. So it just depends on how, but you do want to make sure that you have these on your website, and they are great to advertise with. Okay. So does that help with Valentis? I mean, with Response Magic? Yes, no?
Well, I went and deleted the one that's still spinning.
It,
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't even let me delete it, so I just, got off the page. Just
yeah. And when you come back, it'll probably, if you need to, open up another tab and open your site back up and go from there. It could just be that you got a glitch in that one for whatever reason. But you can open up another tab for your site and go in and work on it, and then the other one, just close it out.
gotcha.
Yep. So, all right. So the other thing, so we covered the Dropbox Response Magic. The other thing we want to look at is the Classic Block. And I love using Classic Block for the simple fact that I can tailor it to how I want it to look. My beautiful daughter. Let's see. So I want to, come on. So when you get Google AdSense, depending on where you position them and on how your website looks, you will get these little, what I call pop-ups. So this is one of my Google ads. You don't click on your own Google ad, you will get banned from Google. They'll take it away from you because you actually get paid on clicks, not purchases, on clicks. Now, if they purchase something, you get additional money, but you get paid on clicks. So if you have applied for Google AdSense and you've gotten it, then you will see ads pop up on your site. So I'm going to go to, let's see, this one I might have done in Classic. Quit moving. No, that's not the one I wanted. But we could use that, but I'm not going to use it.
Sheila, go over when you get a box and then you try and add another box and it gets stuck onto the other box. And no matter what you do, unless you delete it, and I know we've gone through this again, but it's like I try to put a new box, clicking on the plus, and I did it text media, I did it classic, I did it only me, and I couldn't get a box to go below my last box.
Okay, so what you need to do, because I've had that happen before too, and the reason that's happening is either you've left your system up too long and there's a glitch, or depending on which box you are clicking, to get my page to come up, I want to come up. It keeps giving me something I don't want. So what is up to me? You want to make sure that when you are opening generation and block, your cursor is where your page or your mouse. Not when you do a picture and say, oh, I want to add or if you've had your site up for quite a few hours, and haven't closed it down, or your computer, you might want to do that because your cookie and shade could be full and it can't read what you want to do because there's so many other commands or dialogue in there that it's run through everything. So that could be another thing that you want to do is just close out for a few minutes, clean out your cache, clean out your cookies, and come back in there. So once it comes up, then come on.
Now I've got media area, drag a media. I've never seen this. Upload a new one, or I can't get rid of this box. It won't go away. I don't want to upload. I don't want to go to media. I just want to get rid of this box so I can continue.
Okay, did you hit 3 dots and hit remove block?
I've never seen this, and I know exactly. Yeah, I know about the 3. I've never seen this. It's like a tiny little box that comes up and says, within the box I'm trying to get out of. It's a media area, drag. I mean, I know all this, but I've never seen. Should I just go to upload and maybe it'll go away, or?
No, because you just want to make sure that you delete that whole block or the block before below it. I would copy information in there. There's glitch in your system. I have a look at it when I get finished.
All right, so
what page is it on?
everything was fine till then. It's on one of my posts, and it's on the post that says shopping we will go.
Okay, gotcha. All right, gotcha. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Okay. All right, so this is similar to I did that all the way. But then I got a classic. This one has to be in classic. Yeah, this one. Let me close these out. All right. This is not classic. Why is that not classic?
Sheila,
Yes, sir.
when you get through with that, I got another problem with Classic, and I might have to share a screen to show you what I'm talking about.
All right, we'll probably have to do that on a different call.
Okay.
But let me know. I'm just going to add a classic block in here. There's too many pictures right there. All right, so let me go through here. I thought I'd do this in classic.
The option classic there, you get the thing to pop up that you can tell it you want to go to classic.
All right, that's what I'm getting ready to do.
Thank you.
All right, so right here, this is my last page, or my last thing, and I want to actually add a block after this. So I'm going to click up here, my plus sign. Hopefully my computer is going to work, and hit this plus sign right here. It's not giving me the option to add another one down at the bottom.
Gotcha.
And see where it adds my block. So once it tells you that you've adding a block. I don't know where it showed up. It should have been down here. These are the most used. These are the ones that you've used the most when you're working your system. If you see one in there or you don't see one that you want to use, you have 5 other categories down up underneath there. You just slide your bottom down, your bar down, and then you have not your bottom, your bar. And then you click on your button or your arrow, and it gives you the common blocks, which is what everybody uses. And then you have your paragraph, your image, your gallery, different quotes. You can do a file, audio, video, things like that. If you don't see what you're looking, you come to your formatting. And there you can have your HTML codes. You have, if you want to create your own code. There's your classic block right there. And once you use your classic block and you use it a lot, it will actually be in your common files or your most recent file when you open. And then you have the different ones if you want to include a table, if you want to add verses. And then if you scroll down, you have your layout elements, which will give you like the button that I have down here. If you want to add columns, your media text, if you want to do a page break, things like that. This is one that if you have a widget, like if you wanted to put in your widget code for your response magic, which you don't have to do. You can actually just grab that URL link and put that in there. And then you have your embeds, which will be like your Twitter. If you want to have your Twitter page, you want to put that in there so that people connect with you on Twitter. If you have a YouTube page and you want to connect with YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, so you can actually put those in there so that they can connect with you. Vimeo, DC has just about all of their videos are through Vimeo. So if you have a DC code and it's a Vimeo code, you would click this box and then you can download the Vimeo code for the DC programs that they have. So there have different things in there that you could use depending on what you have access to. So that's where you would find all your different buttons for different things that you want to use. And then just close them out as you finish with them and choose which ones you want to use. I'm going to actually come here and grab my classic block. And see, now it's telling me I wanted to put columns. I don't want to put columns. So I'm going to come here and I want to get rid of this. Any day now. All right, so there's my 3 dots. I'm going to click on this and I'm just going to remove this block because I don't want columns. I don't know how that got in there. All right, and so then I'm just going to come up here and click again. And I want to do, since that is gone, I'm just going to click on formatting, hit my classic. And then there's my page. Now, as you can see, there's the 3 dots that are right there. But if I click this tab and it opens up my other information, the 3 dots are there. But as you get to writing, depending on your screen size, if you have a smaller screen or your resolution is not set to the maximum screen size, because of spacing, your dots will look like they disappear. But if you just click or highlight over here, just drag over here, your dots will show up. And you just click on that. These are the symbols that you will use to add pictures, videos, anything you want to use to put in there, that you would put that in there. So I'm just going to type this in here.
Sheila.
Yes.
Thank you. You just solved my problem. I forgot I changed the resolution the other day.
Yes. Yeah, so look at your resolutions, and because the spacing will compress everything. Just like now, you see my dots are gone.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, as I started writing, they disappeared, but the minute I hover, there they are again. So I'm going to write this, and
I've had them, some of the icons that had disappeared, I've had them appear at the very top of the page too, where you've got that plus sign, the go back sign, the I sign. They appear up there.
and it could be, make sure that your whole page isn't in Old Classic. You shouldn't have, I think you came in when we converted everything, but if it's still in Old Classic, you will have that. You won't have this up there because it's not, it's still in the old form, the old format. So you actually have to convert that whole page to block.
Well, that's what I wasn't doing because I typed everything and then I wanted to come back and add pictures.
Yeah, so if you open up a page and you go to edit and you don't see this, you actually see that tab that I just had with all the icons in it, then that means your page is in classic mode. It's not in classic block. There's a difference. Classic mode is the format that we used in WordPress. It was WordPress 4.7 or something like that. That was classic. The whole thing was in classic. That's just the format that they used. When they converted to 5.0, it went to block format. So if you got a system that was in that conversion, then you might have some pages that are still in classic mode, not classic format. So that means you won't have this here. You will actually have this toolbar that you will have this, but it will be expanded. If you ever open up a classic and you don't have this bottom section, just click this right here, your toggle bar, and it will toggle open the rest of them. But if you open up a page and go into edit, and this is the first thing you see, you're still in classic format. So you have to convert the whole page into block.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I suggest you do is copy it before you convert it. And then that way you can go in, and if you want to leave it as classic, then you can use a classic block and paste in the information you want. If you want to use a regular block format, copy and paste the information in there. Then that way you can still get your pictures the way you want it. If you want to go in and paste it all in a classic block, you can do that as well. Just remember that when you do your whole page in classic block without breaking it up, that if you go to convert it to block, your pictures are not going to be where you want them to be. So I always use a combination of classic block and regular block to get my pages to look unique in the way I want it to look.
Well, I have recently started writing pages all in classic, but after a couple of paragraphs, I start another classic block.
Exactly.
And then when I'm all through, then I go back and look for pictures to add to it that fit the comments I made. And that's where I was getting into trouble.
Okay.
Well, I had icons missing down below. I had that add media. I had the toggle switch. I had the three dots. They were all gone. And then today, they started popping up at the top.
How long has it been since, did you shut down last night and open back up?
I shut down this morning and opened up, yes.
Okay. We might have to set up a time before I leave next week to go through that and see what's going on.
Not a problem. I'll be here.
Yeah, or do you have, was that a specific, well, yeah, I'll get with you tomorrow and see what time we can get together.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so. All right, so this is our homecoming, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube because I want to pull a video, so I'm going to cover how to get a video link from YouTube. All right, so what I'm going to come here is I'm going to come to my YouTube search, and I'm going to put Lumbee Homecoming 2019. Now, if YouTube or the people on YouTube do not want you to copy or download their video, there's a code that YouTube gives them that will not allow you to copy it. You can copy it and try to get it as much as you want, and it will not allow you to copy the link or the URL or the embedded code. That's how you know that you can't use that in your pages or recycle it or, you know, use it for advertising, is that it will have that code in it and you cannot copy it no matter what you do. So I want to come here and I actually want to get one of our videos that we had. See her, Lexus? My cousin's son dates her. She's she was actually on American Idol. So let me get this. I want to do this. Y'all can hear one of our songs.
How did she do on American Idol?
She got voted off one show before they went live.
Oh.
Yeah, so we were kind of bummed.
Yeah.
So, but she did real good. So this is the information. So let me take the sound off. Hold on. So here's this, and it's going to show, there's our logo for our tribe. And what you're going to do is you're going to right click. Now, this allows me to use it. I'm going to right click, and you see right here where it says copy video URL. Now, I can do one or two options. I can do the URL. I can do the URL where it's at, where it just started, or I can copy the embedded code. I don't like to do the embedded code because then you have to do the HTML format. I just like doing the video link. So I'm going to do the video URL and hit copy. Okay, now it copied it. Now I'm going to go back to my website and I'm going to go down to where I was at. And I'm going to see if I can do this in Classic. So I'm going to do this. I used to, but I don't know if it's still. And then I'm going to come up here and click this icon where it says Add Media. Now this one's probably going to take me to my Documents file, which it is. And I don't want to do that. I want to hit Insert from URL. So you see this right here? This is how you're going to do it in Classic. You're going to hit Insert from URL. It's going to give me that code. I'm going to paste in my URL that I just got. And I'm going to insert it into page. And there's the video. Now, if I didn't do it that way, say I was in regular block mode, then what I would do is I would pull up an additional block and I would pull up either YouTube block or I would pull up a media block, just media, not media and text. I would pull up a media block and do the same thing. When you pull up a media block, we'll do that one. It will ask you for the same thing. So we might be able to do it in image. Let's see if we can do it in image. Let's do image. We'll do image block. And it does. It gives you the same thing. You can do it from media rate or insert URL. That's what we're going to do. You just click insert URL. It does the same thing. You paste the URL there. And then you click your add button. And then again, there's your video. So you have several ways you can do that. And you can just write a caption. Both of them give you the option. When you use it as a block, you can write a caption up under it. When you use it in Classic block, you cannot. So that's the rest you're going to have when you do that. So those are a couple of different options. And then I can continue writing on here. I don't want to the same one, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to click on the video and get my 3 dots and then just remove this one. Yes, babe?
Oh, I just want to ask, am I correct in saying that if the video was copyrighted, you wouldn't be able to get the URL or anything?
Yep. If it's copyrighted, you cannot copy the URL. And it will actually tell you at the bottom that that you have to get permission to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
right,
if it's on YouTube and you right click and it gives you the option to get that embedded code, you can. you can use it. But if it has anywhere in here that's copyright or you don't have access to it, you cannot use it. And most of them has a code, just like Roy. He has a code on the back of his that you can't copy it, or they can't use it for advertising. So unless he gives you personally codes for his, you can't use them. And same thing with here. If they didn't want you to use this, there would be a code in it. So when you right click this, where it says copy URL, these right here would not be there. You would have something totally different.
Okay.
Okay. Most ones that use YouTube for advertising, they don't mind you, but there are a few that the bigger ones, they will have that embedded code in there that you can't use it unless you get permission. And then once you call or ask them for permission, you have to pay, and then they give you a code without that embed on it so that you can use it. But you have to pay them to use their information. But if you click on it and it gives you the access to copy that code, then you're good to go. And then you can just put it in your system and use it. Like I said, I use it all the time. Same thing with songs. If you want to add a song, you can go to YouTube and add a song. It has the same stipulations. Even though I put songs in mine, I always put a disclaimer that I don't have the authority to collect money or funds off of this. It came straight from YouTube. That way it covers me, unless I'm advertising it, from Amazon. Then I'll say, but you can order this song or this CD or whatever from Amazon, and here's the link to get it. So
that disclaimer on, where do you write it in?
Just when I write it, where it has comments, because anytime you add it, you can put a comment in. So anytime you add a picture in a block format, it gives you the option to add a comment. That's where I always put my disclaimers up underneath the comment. And then, so anytime you add a picture, like here, this is in Classic, this is a comment that it allows me to add. I just put in there, what I wanted to, but if I use something off of there, like a song, then I always put that disclaimer, and I put it in quotes, disclaimer. I don't have the authority to promote this, but if you want this song, you can go to Amazon. And then I link it to my Amazon link, the whole thing. But that disclaimer's in there to let them know that I'm not stealing, I'm not jumping, I'm not making any money off of that singer, but Amazon has the authority to sell that song.
So you write that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I did, remember, I think I told you, is that I took a song, but I put the link to the song on YouTube or wherever.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. I still have to put disclaimer on it?
No, you don't. If you're not marketing, if you're just using it for advertising, anything on YouTube that you have access or that they give you the leeway to go in and copy the link, you can use it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Only if they don't, and say you go somewhere else and pull it and say, all right, here's my song, I want to play this. Or if you take possession and say, this is my song, and whatever. But I always just put in there, if you put the YouTube link, they can go to YouTube and watch it. It's, you're covered because it's on YouTube. It's on public media for people to see.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So that's basically, how you can get YouTube incorporated into your pages. Anything you can find on YouTube, you can use. I'm going to finish this.
Okay, but is that getting into the OBS where I can take your classes? All I want are your classes. So
yeah. Yeah, you can. And same thing, if you want to create a page with just my classes in it, you can do the same thing. Go to my YouTube channel. Yeah. I don't have anything blacklisted, and just the same thing. Right click it, copy the URL, and put it on a page so that you can come back and watch it later. If you go to OBS, it has the same thing. I would show you how to do that, but my system is so slow right now. It wouldn't. But this is how it looks. And then all you would do, you see it's copying me right now, is
that's
you would.
OBS looks?
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong thing then. Oh.
No, that's how it looks. If I was recording, and then all you would do is you would just grab the video that you want, you would put it here, and then you see your recording. So as it's recording, you can stop it, start it, pull it out, which ones you want to use. But there's several, and like I said, just go onto YouTube and say how to use OBS system. And it has it on there. It shows you exactly what you can use, because that's how I learned how to use it. This is a free program. Like I said, I use it for several different things. If I want to, same thing with Rory or Paul's, if I want to caption a particular section of the video, not the whole thing, then I will tell it I want it from this decimal point to this decimal point, and then hit copy or cut, and it will cut that, and then I can save it. So that's, how you can use that. There's several different programs you can go in there that are free. Just go into Google and type recording programs. Windows has one, but it's not very good. Not Windows, but Microsoft has one that you can use. And it's the same thing. You just put the video in there, the link, it will play the video, and then you just put a start and stop point, and then tell it to cut it. And it will cut that position that you designate that you want to use.
So OBS, what I just put into YouTube, is not coming up other than obsessed with me, obsessed with adventure, obsessed with tick.
No, you want to do OBS recording platform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to make sure that you tell it it's the recording, OBS recording platform.
Recording settings, recording.
Yeah, so it should be in there.
Recording tutorial? Okay.
Yes, that's it. So you're good. You're good to go. And that will tell you. And like I said, I'll look for another one. I know there's another one out there too that you can use that does basically the same thing. I have it also. I just don't have it on my desktop, and I can't think of what the name of it is. I have to go into my Windows programs to find it. But there's several different ones out there that you can use.
You just tell me do recording, and I guess I didn't. I just thought OBS. Oh, it'll pick that up. And do this.
No. So you are welcome. And as y'all know, my trusty Grambler has gone away. They've been banned by Instagram. So we are looking for another program to replace them. So as soon as we get that looking, because Rory's looking, I'm looking, Paul's looking, to see what we can find that works as well as Grambler, then we'll let everybody know. Rory will probably do a page on it, an update on it. Because they considered it a third party program that was, we were giving them access to our login information. And Instagram didn't like that. So they, it wasn't a scam, but because they had access to, or we were giving them access to our Instagram accounts, they were saying that they could abuse it and go in there and change settings, post things that we were not aware of. And that's one of the things about Instagram is they don't want you to give out your login information to third parties, especially if you have a large following, because then you have access to all the people you know. So that was one of the things they got popped for that. So I had several things in there scheduled to go out that's not going out. So the good thing about it is I've got everything downloaded on my phone in my Dropbox, so I'll have to use Dropbox now. On my phone for Instagram. You can still check your information on Instagram through your desktop. You just can't upload your pictures anymore or send out messages through your desktop. You have to use your phone. So that's how that works. So that's everything that I think let me see, what else was there? Let's see, classic page, media, YouTube. All right, so that's my list. Does anybody else have anything else they want to go over today or anything they want to clarify? I'm open. I'm done with what everyone has asked me to go over, unless there's something you want me to clarify or something that we need to go over specifically that we haven't touched base on yet. Anything?
I gotta look. Hang on.
I don't go looking for problems. They come to me.
All righty. I think most of you are pretty much covered. How about any of our new students that we have on here, or new that have anything that they want to go over that I haven't covered or that you're still a little fuzzy on? I'm open. I'm open for business.
Hey Sheila, are we supposed to stop using Grambler too?
Yes.
Okay.
Scrambler is not working. If you go to log in, your computer won't even open it, or if it does, it will give you an error code.
Huh. Okay.
It doesn't show up. If it's still working on your computer, then use it until they shut it down. Just like another one that I use all the time is TinyPixel or tinypix.com. That's a program I use to get pictures to or videos that I have, personal videos before I had my YouTube. It was a program that I used. Where is it at? Right here. TinyPix, that you could convert images and videos to URL codes. You can get a URL code to put them in your website without having to have a YouTube channel. But when I went in there this morning, it actually gives me a message that they're actually closing down because they can no longer afford to have a free site. So they said in 2019 they'll be closing down. But this is a great program too that you can use to turn, you just upload a file. If you have a picture and you want to get that picture, see there's a message. It's telling me that it's closing down. I hate that because this is another free program that a lot of people use. But say you have a picture and it needs a URL that you, for whatever reason, like one of the advertising sites that I use, the picture has to have a URL. You can't just, upload a picture. It has to have a URL. So I would upload my picture from my file and tell it that it was an image, and it would give me, that's what size I wanted. And I would tell it, we would put the picture into a URL, just like we're going to do for YouTube. And again, I program that I had. I uploaded the picture instead of drag and dropping the picture. It didn't allow you to do that. So there's another software that you have. So that's another thing that allows you to do. We don't pay for anything. We'll make sure we get as much as we can without having to pay. But sometimes you might have to. Just like with some of the programs where I just use it and keep my receipt like I do my at a time instead of just the 10. It costs me $30, $50 per year. I just keep that receipt, and that's when I just switch them out every month. I actually got a report. They send you a weekly report of how many times you're adding. And then I can look at that and say, hey, this ad's not doing good. This ad, I can move it. I can reword the ad. Or just delete it all together and put a brand new ad in. So that's a good thing about it. That's the other thing you want to make sure you're doing is as you're modifying your pages, you want to make sure that you're advertising your pages. You should all have all your links done at least. In your whole website, your links should be done. That way when you finish the page and you advertise it, you don't have to worry about them clicking on a page you hadn't gotten to yet to modify because your link's not done. Go ahead and get all your links done, then come back and do your advertising. Yes, Miss Linda.
It's the word.
You want to make sure you're advertising. Some people say, well, I want to make sure all my site's done before. No, get your link done. You want to make sure you have traffic coming to your website before you apply for Google AdSense, because that's one of the things they want to see is, do you have traffic generated to your website? You're not advertising, you need traffic. So you want to make sure that as you create new pages, you're creating that template for your advertising, and you are advertising on those free ad sites. If you're only doing one, if you're just doing the classified for free, then do it. And I was hoping it would come up and say, I posted to Canada for my Canadian wine page. I posted to Australia. I did the UK. I did England for my wine. And it took about 2 hours. I already had my, I just changed like the UK. I made sure that the UK was in there for Canada. I made sure that it was in pre-launch for Canada. And I just did whatever I had to do. I was sitting here right before my grandkids came over. And that's, once you get it in here, that's the thing about classified for free. Once you get it in here, then you don't have to change much. Just go down to the bottom, post a new ad. Go post a new ad. Go in and change it. See a new ad. And this one, this is my title, and just post it. And I got a few clicks. This one is in the UK. I think I did 350 ads today. And I didn't do anything.
You have to actually make ad page to go to how to get free money, make money.
Yeah, I have templates. And we went over that a few weeks ago. I have my templates right here. I have the new one that I just started. I have my old one. So I just pulled up this new one right here. Let's get a minute pop up. And I just combined a couple different ones and created. And I just copied, and like I said, once you copy and paste over, you copy your type, you go to, and then you're done. You pick your pictures, like this one. So this is from Wine Club around. This is exactly what I used with the Canada. All I changed was this right here, culinary wine lovers and enthusiasts. We are now open in Canada in pre-launch mode. Boom. That's all I changed. Everything the same.
All right.
That's it.
More are we? We're in launch.
Okay. They're hoping they're going to. Yeah, also we are good. They're going back into Germany to get it up and going. Hopefully soon. And then Mexico, they want to go into next. I think next is Mexico. And then I think they're going to do the pack rim. Pack rim outside Australia, Asia Minor, all those, China, out that way. Because we have a lot of Chinese that's looking at PBS and Bitcoin. If you have your Bitcoin pages and you are mining computer, or even if you have a Mac and can't mine, but you got your link, get some ads to China, Asia, Australia, and the UK. They are getting on like gangbusters on Bitcoin. You want to get on it. It's amazing. I had 137 hits last week in China,
Wow.
just on Bitcoin. So it's out there. They're there. I don't know what the conversion is. I haven't even looked at my computer yet. But I'm going to show you how I do this. So,
The Bitcoin.
no, I'm going to show you how to do an ad. So I'm going to get this right here. I'm going to use this title. It says Wine Club, not well, maybe. All right. So I'm going to copy my and put here and document, basically. And you want to make sure that you come in here about every 20 to 25 days and hit renew all ads. Your ads will go away after 30 days. They do not give you any type of forewarning. This 30 days. This is the only one you use. It says, it has a button at the top. Of my ads. It has a button right underneath this that says renew ads. You just click it and it renews all your ads.
Right. Well, I'm sure my ads already kicked off because I've not gone back at all.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yep.
So here's what you're going to do. It automatically populates to the United States. You're going to paste in your header. Make sure you have the appropriate category. So this was Wine Club by Not. All right, so I don't want to post this in business. I've already done business. This is a wine club. I'm looking for customers. So I want to post this in either entertainment or I'm going to post this in general merchandise. I'm going to do general merchandise because everybody goes to look at that. But you can choose wherever you want to post it. But you want to make sure it's appropriate. You don't want to post wine and furniture and appliances. They will kick you off for that. You don't want to post it in free stuff because it's not free. You can do entertainment because you can do wine for entertainment. You don't want to do it in home. Nothing that's inappropriate for what you're advertising for. So I just want to do this in general merchandise. And I have started putting my email in here just because if they want to get in touch with me to say, hey, what else is about this? I can actually, talk to them about getting into my other anchor offers. If they get in touch with me, I can talk to them about getting into PBS, and then I put my Google Voice number here because you want to make sure that you have other traffic going to your Google Voice other than your advertising traffic, especially if you're in the V marketing. So I use this number so that people can call me if they want more information. I do not put a price because you don't know if they're going to come in at the 49, if they want to come in at the 79, if they want to come in at the 99, or if they want to come in as a brand partner. I don't put a price. And then on my description, I will come back and pull up that. And I already have my template created. I already got everything in there. So then I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to come back here and put my description in. Boom. And then here is my link. I'm going to copy that link and paste that link in there. You can put a video if you wanted to. I'm not putting videos in here, although I did. Let me do that. I'm going to change my mind. Rory actually has a great video that he made for, I think I put it here. It's an advertising video that him and Tanya made for their wine. And talking about the wine club. Where did I put it? I think it's down here. There it is. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to put this video right here. All right. And then it says select images. I'm going to come down here to my images. I already know which ones I want. And if you don't have images in here or you want to add a new image, then you just go to the bottom and it says, choose an image. You just click choose an image. It's going to pull up your file. Then you just tell it to upload your images and it will show down here. So I already know which image I want to use. I created me a new meme, so I want to use that one. And then I want to use another one, this one. And then I'm going to use this one right here. It looks like fun. All right. So I got my 3 pictures. And then I'm going to click post ad. And then it's going to show me what my ad looks like when anybody clicks on it. And that's the important thing is you want to see how your ad looks. This one, you can always edit it. You can go back and edit your ad. So I got this posted once it comes up. And it tells you several different things. It tells you how your ad looks. It gives you your ad ID number if you want to use that. I don't write them down because you're going to come in here and update it every month anyway. So first thing that they see is the video. They watch this video. It's Tanya and Rory talking about the wine club, about the different wines, about the experiences of wines. It's about a 2 to 3 minute video. It's not very long. It's basically an advertisement. Then he actually tells them, go below and sign up today. Boom, go below. Here's my ad. Here's where they can sign up. Here's my contact information. And then here's my picture. It asks me to get for wine. You know, the logo right here. It's my logo right here. And it's got my wine information. Here's my other logo. You know, it just talks about how to get things done. And then here's the one. And then here's the key. Do I want to post another ad? Click here to go back. Yes. I'm just click on that. Guess what? It takes me right back to my original ad that I did for the United States. Well, guess what? I don't want it to go to the United States anymore. I want to click right here and went outside the United States because we can post one in Australia. So I'm going to click Australia. It's going to Australia. Scroll down to the bottom. I'm not changing anything other than I might come up here and type in Australia right here. And I'm going to say Aussies down below. All right, discover your perfect wine with Fine Wines Online. See, and now it's directed straight to Australia. And then I'm just going to come down here and it's post ad. And then it's going to, now what I usually do, I'll go through every place available. Now, don't put, hey, we are going to get your phone number, your phone number. The bulk of the information don't change. The pictures I don't change, nothing I change other than where I'm sending it. And same thing with the UK. All right, so this tells me, show right here, Aussie down below. That's all I changed. Pictures are the same, information's the same, links the same. Post another ad, yes. So I do that again, and so I go to UK, and actually go to England, outside the United States, click on my button, find England. Actually, we can do Canada. So we can do Canada now, and then again, change my description. Just this out. And I'm just going to say, although we are in pre-launch. Oh, that's all I did. Now it's going to Canada and hit post ad.
Cool.
And all you do is it's in Canada. If I wish to, and this is another thing you do, I have your template. I'm going to say in Canada. And since Canada's a hotbed right now, it's in pre-launch. There's a lot of people waiting to get into direct sellers. So we're going to stay in Canada. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to click go back. And I'm going to come here and click Canada again. And I'm going to click Canada. And then as soon as this select button comes up, I'm going to click it and go to my provinces. Boom. There's
So
my
list all of them? Do they list all the provinces in Canada?
all the ones that this one has access to, that this advertising firm has access to.
Cool.
And then you just hit post. Look, I didn't change anything. I'm not changing my pictures. I'm not changing my link. But just because you click to post in a country, in a state, or whatever, or a province, does not mean that it will get seen necessarily in there. So that's why you want to go back and do the states, do the cities in the states. That's why I say I did 350 or more in 2.5 hours the other day, because this is all I did. I changed a few wordings depending on where I posted. And I promise you, I was getting clicks before I even finished for that day.
Wow.
I do this every day. That's why I have 3 different templates for advertising. When I think of something, I go to my template. I write it down. I find the link that I want to use. If it's about wine, I have about 10 different wine pages. I just choose which one I want to send them to. Same thing with the coffee, same thing with the Bitcoin. You know, anything that I can think of, if I, you know, see something that inspires me to write an ad, oh, that'll be a good article to write or a good ad to put out there. Or if I hear something on the news or on TV, whenever I do watch TV, I don't do a lot of that a lot. But whenever I do and I hear something that clicks, I was like, okay, they're advertising that, I can advertise it too, especially if it's something that I have. I'll create my own ad for it. I already have a page created for it. If I don't, I create the page, then create the ad. Or sometimes I do the ad first since it's fresh in my mind, then go back and create a page. But this is how you do it. You go ahead and have your pictures done. You have your titles already done in your templates. You need 3 or 4 of them. And just remember, for each title, that's a description. You want at least 2 different descriptions for each title for your program that you're doing, or your ad. You want at least 2 different descriptions, and then you mix and match the titles. You know, you can do this title a day at a time with this ad, then you jump and do the next title for the next day, and then just mix and match them. And you can advertise and just change your pictures around, have about 4 or 5 different pictures that you move around, and then you just advertise every day. You know, you don't have to do 2.5. I know some people don't have that kind of time, but if you can just do 30 minutes a day, get 50 ads, do all the states, you know, then come back and do each city. I promise you, using this program, you can do 100 ads in an hour and not realize you've done 100 ads in an hour, because you don't have to change anything. If you wanted to change the wording around, you can do that. You don't have to change but a few here and there, and make it work. I will tell you this, if you have a video to put in it, videos attract more attention, pictures attract attention. If you don't put any of those in there, you probably will going to get less attention. So always have, if it says 3 pictures, put 3 pictures in there. Because you never know which picture is going to cycle through your ad. So you want to make sure that you have a picture in there that people can see. Like I said, I create memes all the time with Canva that has a link to, not only like this one has a link to my website, but it also tells them how to go to direct sellers. Everything that I post, every picture I post has a way for them to get in touch with me on my website. They can go straight to my website either through my logo right here, or like with this one, it actually has, I didn't put one on there this time, but some of the other ones I have, like if I wanted to go here and say, I'm gonna click this ad and I want them to go to one of my pages in my system. So guess what? I'm gonna go down here and let's change a picture. I don't want to change everything. I just want to change the picture. So I know my pictures are in order, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So I'm gonna scroll down here to where my picture gallery is. Once it loads up, it'll show me the ones that are checked. Alrighty, and I'm just going to uncheck the one that I don't want to use as soon as it finishes populating.
I got a quick question. Are you supposed to go and check the ones you want to rotate? You have to keep them checked on here?
Yeah, once you have it in there, as long, you don't have to go in and change it unless you want to.
Okay.
So, because these pictures are in there, so if I wanted to go, I know this one right here is one I want to change, my 2nd one. So I'm going to take that one out. And because it's still spinning, your images are already checked. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to recheck them. And I'm going to check that one. And I want to change that 2nd image because I want them to see an image with my website in there that I want them to go to. So I'm going to come down here and pick another image that I have uploaded. This one, because this one actually takes them to a page in my system. And then I'm going to come back and put this one back in there because I like that one. And then again, I'm just going to go in here. And before I post, I want to go back and change it because see, this one's going to here. I don't want it to go there. That's the other thing they'll red flag you for. You don't want to send the same post to the same city. So since I haven't changed anything other than the picture, they will consider that the same post. So I'm going to hit Canada. When that select button comes up here, and I usually keep a notebook beside me so I know which province or city I've sent to so I don't resend it twice.
I caught that onto that the first time I went through posting ads. I needed to make sure which ones I had posted to so I didn't do it again.
Yep, there you go. And then I'm just going to click post. And then that's going to that province with that information. And so that's the way that you can, you know, sit here and you can go through each one of those. And now it's going to show me my post, what it looks like. And you always want to make sure that here's the other thing, people say, well, I can't really write an ad. You want to think about something you would click on. If you write something, you're like, man, that's boring, I really wouldn't click on that, then guess what? Nobody else will either. So you want to click on something that piques your interest. That's how you want to write. So this is telling me, so there's one picture, two pictures. So it put the same picture on there twice, which is fine. I just need to know that I need to go in and fix that. So I will come here and click, and that's probably because it didn't finish uploading before I changed it, which is fine. I got two pictures. It's going to cycle. So then I'm going to come here and we'll do this again. I'm going to click Canada. And just remember, whenever you go to change countries or change states, if you've done like this one, it's specific to Canada, Canadians, that you don't want to post the Canadian logo or lingo in Australia or UK. So make sure that it's appropriate, that if you change countries, that you also change your wording a little bit to reflect that. So we're going to go here, and then I'm going to come down here and change my picture.
I keep hearing a buzz. I will look over at my phone. It ain't my phone.
No, it's mine. I'm getting a lot of Skype messages right now, so it's fine. It's mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll make sure I get that right. I want to do, because, and the other thing about pictures is there is a method that you want to use. You always want your first picture to be your eye catcher. So since I know that DC has a way for them to get free wine, that's what I want them to focus on is, hey, how can I get free wine once I get started? Then they can look at my wine page and read about how they can get free wine. So there's always a reason and a rhyme to how you arrange your pictures. It's just not willy-nilly. You know, you do have a way that you want to arrange things. I think I'm going to change this one because this is another one that I put in there. I created, it's got a modge podge of different pages, including my wine page. But it also has other links to other pages, so they can actually shop for different things. But my wine page is still the center. So let's see how this one looks. All right, so now there's my video, my article, and then so it put that one first. See, for some reason it's not changing my first picture. Let's see if it changed the last one. So it changed the last one, which has my first picture in there. So, which is fine. So it's probably just, yeah. So, like I said,
how do you get a page like that?
Huh?
How do you create a page like that one right there with all your different things on it?
Canva.
Canva.
C-A-N-V-A.
Okay.
It's a free program, and you can go in there and create just about anything you want to create. I love it to pieces, and I hope it never goes away. But it's a free program. It's great to do your pictures. If you have a picture that you want to incorporate into your website, that you know you want to use it for social media marketing, they actually have it in there. If you want to create a Facebook page, it actually has programs in there that's free that you can create your backdrop for your Facebook page. You can create different things on there, like my Facebook page actually changed it not too long ago.
Is there a tutorial on Canva?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's several on YouTube on how to use Canva, and then I have one that's on my site. One on his using Canva. It's really simple and self-explanatory. It's almost like copying and pasting. You just have to do which template you want to use, and it has several ones. It'll actually tell you, if you want to create Instagram, if you want to create Facebook, if you want to create business cards, if you want to create flyers, you can actually make posters, letterheads. If you want to print letterhead, you can print your letterhead. Invitations, anything you want to create basically here, you create with Canva. And when you create it, it actually has templates that you use with designs already populated, and you just need to put your information in there, on there. So it actually has your social media. So if you know you're posting on Instagram, Instagram has some criteria that pictures have to be for you to post on. You can create a storyline. You can create something with Facebook. You can Facebook cover. You can do, which I did on Facebook. I did my cover. It has on there that people see that I'm actually a real person. I do have kids and granny. So I did my family, and I put on my information. Then it has my family in there. Then there's my picture that I did. That was my professional makeup job. I did it at my cousin's wedding. I said, I'll probably never look like that again because there's no way I could wear that much makeup on a daily basis. It's just too much. But that's how I made everything. So yeah, just go there and have a look at it. There's many things. Like I said, you can also go to YouTube and several different people on there. It actually has their official video when I use it. And it's just, to create different things in there. And I just used Canva. I created an Instagram post and just brought all my pictures over, size them up. When you go in there, there's actually templates you can use, and you can, depending on how you want to set up. So, but there's several different things. Canva's a great program. Like I said, it's free. You can use it for anything that's on there. You can create it for. Like I said, birthday cards and recipes, anything. Just homage page that you want to use. So that's my advertising. Like I said, you want to advertise. And for those of y'all going to Dallas, if you're not going to Dallas, be ready to go to the next one that we have. We used to do it twice a year, but I think they're only doing it once a year now. Rory's going to be doing many conferences throughout the year, different places.
Yeah. One great for me. Like, Dad, I'm right there. Touch it.
So we will be in Texas. I'll be getting there around 10-ish Thursday, barring anything going with my plane. And we'll be coming back. I'll be coming back Monday morning. I think Rory's going to be staying there. A couple of the people coming in from Australia that's in our program is going to be staying, I think, till Tuesday or Wednesday. And Rory, he's right there in, where is he at? Utah. So I think he's flying. He's going to be staying down for a little bit with the people from Utah. There's several people driving. If anybody wants to go, I think there might be a few free tickets around. Just let your instructor know, hey, I'd like to be there. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's coming out that you'll only be able to hear about it from the function. Like I said, with my students, as soon as I find out something, I will be texting, Skyping, Instagramming, whatever, letting you know what's coming down the pipeline so you can get ready for it. Same thing with all your other instructors. They'll be doing the same thing, letting you know any new programs that's coming out so that you can go ahead and get started and get prepared for it. So good thing. So other than that, if any more questions, anything we need to go over real quick or?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to get it off and get back on. So, and you might have already covered one of the things I want to ask. Is how do you create your own YouTube channel?
Oh, that's easy. Just log into YouTube. Okay. Just go to YouTube, and it will ask you if you go to the Google, and just type in how to.
While you're paused, Sheila, if you need any more makeup, I got a site you can click on to get it.
I am not. I told y'all I was a tomboy, so being able to wear makeup was not one of my things. That was just another hassle I had to deal with. So having that done was a treat. My cousin told me when she got married that was one of the requirements for me to be in her wedding was I had to wear makeup.
And I was just going to tell you that women are beautiful without makeup too.
My husband says the same thing. So I was like, I just did it. This was not something I'm accustomed to. So, when I worked in corporate America, I would, put on a little eyeliner and maybe if I felt like it, do some blush, but I'm not a lipstick person. I don't do lipstick. So, but, occasion comes has to go with the flow, I guess. But here's right here. If you go, there's actually videos on YouTube on how to get a YouTube channel. You just go there and register for a free YouTube channel. And it's not hard. You just sign up. Here's one right here. How do I get my YouTube, or how do I start a YouTube channel? It's not hard. You just go in, sign up for a YouTube channel, and they will assign you a channel, and you just go in. And there's actually different programs you can go into. I don't do the premium because you have to pay for that. Like I said, I don't pay for anything, but you can actually make money with YouTube. There's a program in there that you can do that just by your subscribers. They get to advertise on your YouTube channel, but they're not going to do that until you have a lot of subscribers. And then the more subscribers you get, the more money you get. I don't do that. My grandson, he wants to do that. But he's kind of camera shy. Every time we do something and I'm like, we're going to put this on your YouTube channel, he don't want to talk. So I was like, you're not going to get any hits or subscribers if you don't talk. So, but yeah, that's how it's real simple. Just click on your YouTube and, there's a column up there where you can click, get your own YouTube channel. And you can make it private so that anything you put on YouTube is just for people you invite to look at your YouTube channel. Or you can make it public so anybody can look at it if you want to, which most people do anyway. There's certain YouTube, if there's certain things in there that you don't want people to see, you can put that in there and just do that particular video as private, and just still have your whole channel public. So there's several different ways you can manage it to suit your needs. But I do that. I've got the YouTube channel just for doing videos. It just was a lot easier to get that URL. And put it in there. That way I can use it at my website.
Okay, all right, thank you. And the other question I had, you might have covered this too, I don't know. You said Grambler is not available anymore?
No, Instagram took them away.
Oh, wow.
They were, they said that they were going against one of their bylaws, which was access to people's login information. We're not supposed to give that out to anybody but Instagram. So we would have to we had to log, even though you were logging into your Instagram account, they were a third-party affiliate. And so they actually had access to your login information, and that goes against Instagram's policy.
And does Facebook own Instagram?
Yeah, yes.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, Facebook owns Instagram.
Wow. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, you mentioned that Tiny PC.
Yeah, Tiny Pic's going away too.
Yes.
It's still there now, but they said by the end of 2019, it will no longer be available. So if you have things you want to get done, use it now until it goes away.
And any replacements for that?
They have one that they're advertising when you go there. It actually gives the disclaimer that they are going away, but it's a paid program. There's nothing free yet. I'm still looking for that because I didn't realize they were going away until this week when I was using it, and I was like, man. So I haven't had a chance to look. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look for that because I'm still looking for something to replace Grambler. I found one. It doesn't work as well. I actually don't like it at all. So I deleted it immediately because it was not anything I wanted to use. So Rory's looking into it too. So when we get to Dallas in a couple of days, we'll probably put our heads together and see what we can find out. I know Rory's got his tech advisor working on it to see if there's a workaround on Grambler so that we can still use it, because I know he uses that for his Instagram marketing. So there might be something in the works. I'm sure if he can figure it out, his tech support will.
Okay, all right, great. And this is a stupid question. No class next week?
No class next week. Although I probably will do a mini class, but just record it and put it on YouTube. And not just one by myself like Paul does, just in my room and just do something. If y'all want to send me some stuff in Skype and say, hey, can you go over there to show me how to do that? That'll give me something to do. I already told them that I'm bringing my bathing suit and I'm going to be sitting in the hot tub Thursday night after.
Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice.
I think I got half the people say, yeah, they're bringing wine, strawberries, and cheese, and we're going to have a big social at the hot tub.
Oh, that's nice. That sounds nice.
Sheila?
Yes, sir.
You don't need a hot tub. Just go outside.
Tell me about it.
That's true.
I'm sorry, this is Laura again. I didn't mean to interrupt because
You did.
I have something I want to clarify.
Okay.
For direct sellers, because it's wine, is it okay to post our ads on a Sunday?
Yes, you can post ads any day.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do ads any day. The only thing that we have found by doing wine posting is if you're on social media, free ad sites, you can post them at any time. But if you're
Okay.
on social media with the wine, we find it works better if you're posting them after midday and not mornings, because that's just not good etiquette to post wine first thing in the morning. So we find that if you post wine ads on your social media, it's best to do them after 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. That was my final question.
Oh, you're good to go. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, on social media, like your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn even. Well, LinkedIn's a little different because it's a business platform. But the other 4, you can. That's the rule that we follow, is we don't do anything with wine after, before 4 o'clock. LinkedIn is a little different because it is business related. That if you have it and you market it as a business platform, like I do for my realtors, hey, when you go to open a new house or you're doing a new showing, have a glass of wine. Whoever is doing that, could you please mute? I'm kind of having a hard time concentrating. So, yeah, that's so that's the thing, with LinkedIn, is that you are a business platform. So you want to make sure that you structure it as a business. And let them know, hey, for, like I said, for the real estate, give that new homeowner a bottle of wine, to go welcome them to their new home. Or if you're having a house showing, have your glass of wine or the wine for them when they walk in, give them a glass of wine or a bottle of seltzer. Or if you want to host a wine social for your new employees or for your employees for doing a good job, then here, you need to do this club and not only make money, but also have a great product to give to your employees. So you can do that way on LinkedIn, and it works really great. You can't really do that a lot on the social media platforms because, again, it's social media. Now, there are groups out there that you can do that with. You just have to search for those groups. Like there's one I'm in that's promote your business. And that's what they do, is they want to see what businesses you have and you can promote it. But usually those types of platforms have administrators and they will view your article or view your ad before they publish it. So it might not go live for a couple of days, which is fine as long as it goes live. And they'll tell you if it gets rejected, why it gets rejected. I haven't had one get rejected yet on those platforms. So it just is in how you word it. And like I said, always make it professional, classy, and tasteful. And you shouldn't have any problems with them.
Great. Thank you, Sheila. You always have a lot of information. Thanks.
All right. You're welcome. All right. What else we have?
I've been hooked in with LinkedIn too, but it's under my old email address.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to go in there and change it, but I don't know how well that's going to bring people that are in LinkedIn that
don't change anything. As long as you have access to that same email, you don't need to change anything. You can actually go in your profile and add it, but I wouldn't change it if you've already made contact with them.
I haven't really. I just signed in with it, and I keep getting you've missed talking to these many people, and I was they really. I've not even used LinkedIn. I just signed in with it because a person who was important to me said I needed to do it, so I did it. And I just didn't do anything with it.
Yep, that's what I would do. Is I would just leave it if you've already made contact with people, and just go from there.
Okay.
Just use it.
Too many emails to check.
It is a good platform. It is a good platform. LinkedIn is a good business professional platform.
Right. Well, I thought that when I signed into it. I think, yeah, but what am I going to use it for?
Yeah, good
now,
business.
with you guys, I know what to use it for.
Yeah, there you go. All right, anything else? We good to go?
I got one other. The cartoon people that you've got for your name. How do you come up with those? Where you find them, and how do you?
Oh, they're on. Just Google them, and then go to Google Images. I put in caricatures. That's what I look under. And like with the lady that I have, I put under. I think that was under Women in Wine, and then I looked under cartoons or characters. And she pulled. I ain't been able to find her since I found her that one time.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, you can find just about anything you want to on Google.
Okay.
Yep. And like I said, unless it has a watermark on it, you can use it. If it has a watermark on it, you can't use it.
Right. All right.
All righty. And if you're not mining crypto or Bitcoin, get to mining. It went up again last night. So if you have access or a way to mine your crypto, Bitcoin, make sure you download that smart miner. If you don't have a computer that allows you to do that, ask a friend, relative, neighbor, hey, can I download this program on your computer and download it if they'll allow you to.
All right.
So, all right, if we're done, if we don't have any more questions, we're going to call it a day.
All right. Sheila?
Yes.
Just one more thing. When you did the Google search for creating your YouTube channel, what did you put in the search?
Right there, how to get YouTube.
How to get YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or you can say how to create my own YouTube. Just however, yeah, and just type that into Google and it will pull it up. You can actually go onto YouTube and ask how to create your own YouTube channel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Have a good
Thank
trip.
you.
Linda.
Enjoy.
Great trip, Sheila.